Welcome ladies and gentlemen, my name is Nisha and we are playing KSP 1.2. So today I'm gonna construct a Duna Flyby ship. So we don't have the requirement of landing, and that is a cool thing because then we can go a bit crazy. You just need to fly by it, we don't need to land. Then I can do some fun constructions here. So I'm mostly upgrading my airplane or space plane things. I haven't got into that yet, but I'm just upgrading it for getting all the cool stuff, all the parts, so our rocket can look a bit cooler. So that's why I'm doing it, not because I need it. It's all aesthetics here to do some crazy stuff. So yeah, we're gonna construct a Duna Flyby. Okay, I'm looking here. What my thought today is we're gonna use this as our centerpiece for this project, the Duna Flyby. This is a atomic rocket motor. So what the cool thing about this is very fuel efficient, and one thing it has another advantage too. It doesn't need oxidizer, because a rocket needs oxidizer, otherwise the liquid fuel inside the rocket will not ignite, of course. But this one doesn't need it. I don't know why, but that's how it works in the game. But it has a drawback. It weighs 3 tons. It has a max thrust of 60, which is very low, and this is super expensive. But I don't care. I think it's a cool part anyway. So here I'm going here mostly because aesthetics. This docking port looks a lot better than the other docking ports, so that's why I'm taking that. Let's see if there is something else. Let's buy this too, so it will be easier for us to construct. Okay, so here is all the Mark stuff. I don't think I will use it yet, but that cockpit looks actually very cool. It looks like the nose is actually having a place where you can place your docking port. So yeah, that's probably a part I will use later. I haven't got into space plane right yet, but I think we will go there soon. I think I'm still at the rocket learning part, so I don't want to learn spaceships, yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you all recognize this construction. Off camera, I have added the new docking port, and I think it's a little bit more aerodynamic too, and it looks a lot better. So yeah, so let's start constructing our crazy rocket here. Let's see here, how much do I need? 950. I'm looking here and we're going to Duna, so we need to go first 950 to get into the sphere of influence. Yeah, that's quite right. And then another 130 for intercepting it. And then, yeah, so we need to add that up. I will do that off screen. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I have added everything up here, and it will be around 1690 delta V to go there. And then we need to go back, so I'm gonna multiply that by 2, so 3380. Okay, so first time I will be leaving the Kerbal space. This will be the first time I will leaving Kerbal system here. Yeah, oh man, I didn't know why I messed that sentence up. So yeah, let's start constructing. I think I will run to about 4500 delta V, because then I can screw up royally without having to fear to screw things up. So I will start with this one, I believe. So, and then I will use. Okay, so I want more parts of these, the more structural parts. I will be back with upgrading there, and you can see what new part I get. Okay guys, I have upgraded here. It cost me 300 science, but it gives us a couple of new choices here. So that is very tall. I want a short one. How about that? I think that works. That works awesome for what I want to do. Yeah, I want to extend that thing. So let's see. Oh, wrong button. So let's press V instead. Okay, cool. So now we have adjusted that, so I think I will want to start building upwards here on the sides, but just because it's that cool. So let's start by let's check our fuel tanks. I want something. Should I start simple? I think that we can always design it. So let's try to place. Okay, I will get that. I want this to be our starter part here. So can I place that? Can I see if I can flip it around and then spin it around like that? The only thing I think will be tricky with this one is it's hard. It's always hard to place those. So is that straightish? It looks now. I'm looking at the curve, how it, and that looks. And then I think I will want to add our engines here. Let's see our new atomic engines. So cool. So yes, I wanted to show you guys why this engine is so cool. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this was what I wanted to show you here. If you check there in the right column, it starts with alternator, and then you go back to the other square and right to a part of this description. You can see the engine ISP is very effective. It's 185 at sea level, not that impressive, but look at the vacuum. It's 800, 250 is really good, and it has 800, so it's super effective in space. So that's why we're gonna use this, and another perk is that it just uses liquid fuel. We don't need this, so we can empty this out. So look here at our delta V. Boom. And the same here. So it's really effective, as you can see. We already, with these few parts, we already have 1600 delta V. So yeah, it's super effective, and I think it is fun because we can do interesting designs here. And let's empty that out. Let's just see it through it and empty that out. Cool. So what I want now is some kind of converter. So not that one. Not that one. Oh, sorry. Not that one. I'm looking for the small one. Is this the correct one? And how much fuel is inside here? We need a little bit more fuel, so if we go place it there for the moment, and we go for this one, looks good because this just have liquid fuel to it, so it will be effective. So we're already at 300, and we're already at 3,800 delta V. So it's very effective here. Let's see if we can somehow extend it but still make it look interesting. Maybe we should extend it in this part. I think so. Let's do it like that. So how about now? 3,800. What was I talking about for number? Yeah, I wanted it around that, but I don't really like the design here. So let's, if we can switch it around a bit. Oh, I think I have to think here a bit to make this interesting. We could add let's see, we have a liquid fuel here only, and if I put it around, it looks very cool like this, but what was I speaking about for number? I should have wrote it down. I already forgot. 1690. Okay, yeah, it's 690, yeah, so I want around 4,500. So let's see if we can do this in a more interesting way. I don't think I want to add the engines more in that direction. I could always go for more, but I think it will become too big. So can we stick some tanks in here? Let's see if we have some smaller tanks we can stick inside here. Thinking. So how much is this? I'm just curious how much will that affect us. This was 2 of those. So maybe we could always go with more tanks. Could stack up vertical. Yeah, that will work. But as you can see, the Delta V is it's not that much better than the last thing here, but I think that it is how we want to do it. Well, that looks not that awesome. I wonder if we can be double effective here. If I remove these parts, delete that part, if we use fuel tanks as our construction thing. So let's see if can I add them like this. Let's see if it works with the smaller part. Not straight though. So let's forget about that. Let's not use that. Undo, 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 undo. Bye bye. So this is oh yeah, this is kind of all the Delta V I need here. So I think I will only need to add, if I'm looking here at aerodynamics, there should be a small nose cone, right? So it looks cool. Well, I'm not super happy about this design. I think it's not working correctly. Let's add some struts. And that strut just seems to be bugged out. Let's grab another run. We need to stabilize this. I'm not sure what the game is trying to do there. It's maybe confused. I think so, because it's not a very good design for... Yeah, I don't think you're supposed to use things like this. Okay, so there we have it. Smack. Let's see if we can get it. Let's see how it looks. It could work, but it is not a very conventional design. But it has ton. It can really fly very far. I'm probably. Let's see if I extend that. How much more fuel I get by extending that. Yeah, then I get crazy a lot. But if I let's do it like this instead. Keep the big part. I'm thinking of removing the nose cone, get to the very small. Let's see how that looks. No, I don't like it. So let's go with the crazy one here. Let's see, where do I have that? There it is. Well, ladies and gentlemen, one thing I have discovered by using the atomic motors here is that they are very heavy, but it kinda doesn't really matter because we can dump all the oxidizer we have on the ship, so it becomes lighter in overall. So even by having two heavy atomic motors, this design still have 5000 delta V and it's even lighter than usual, so this shouldn't be a problem. I'm just gonna go to the launch pad here to see if something weird happens. Oh man, then it looks so... Okay, let's see. See, it's settled now. It doesn't seem like... Is it moving? I'm checking here. It looks stable, but let's add some struts anyway to stabilize this a little bit more, and so we can be safe before we launch it. I think it could be a bit unstable when it is launching here, as this supports all this weight and this there. I think I need some extra struts to make it stable. I also think we need some cool lighting to make this cooler. Let's see here if I can find a good attachment point for our struts. I'm thinking we should probably place it around here. I think I'm just looking so it doesn't block anything critical. It doesn't look like that. Cool, so let's go to the structural. Let's add some struts. And 2 times symmetry. Okay. So let's see if we can find a good spot here. I think this will be a good spot. I'm wondering what my automatic strutting will do if I do this. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there is another small matter that can become important in case we need to get rescued by other kerbals. We can't dock with this dock design if we are not using a docking ship that is very thin and doesn't have anything sticking out. Then I have to go right between these two towers, or whatever we want to call it, to dock. Or we have to dump all the parts and then we don't have any engines. So yeah, there is another drawback by this design. So let's see how it looks on here on the launch pad. I'm just gonna do a small test launch and see if there is some problems that will appear if I launch this, because I'm not very confident about this design. It doesn't look crazy here yet. I will just go to 10,000 meters because then if we can steer this ship before in a fat part of the atmosphere, I'm not worried. I think everything looks very stable, so I don't believe there will be any problems by using this design. It's not the cool... Okay, we are moving very fast through the atmosphere here. We got a lot of drag, and I don't see any problem with it. This is probably a very aerodynamic design, so I'm not worried at all. After all, we're almost traveling 400 meters per second, so I think I want to push it even more here. As our engines, our lift apart can do it here. I really want to punish this before trying this out. So let's see what happens. Yes, it's a very aerodynamic here. Again, it really is flip it. Okay, yeah, so the design has no problem with launching. I don't think aerodynamic is a problem with it. Everything about this space transfer interplanetary part is working as it should. So yeah, I'm not worried at all. I think we can do this mission here. I think I will just want to add some light first. So let's do that, and we'll meet each other at the launch pad. And it's dark outside there, so we can see what we are doing, how it looks. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I have added some lines to create some mood for our Duna Flyby ship here. So yeah, we will use that to fly by Duna, as I have said before. So this is how it looks with the lights. I just added some lights here and there. So yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is how our Duna Flyby ship looks with the lights. It gives us something nice if we are in a dark place or something, we can see our ship. That is mostly what it is useful. It could be useful in case we need to go out with our kerbal outside the craft. It would be easier to spot and easier to see where we are. So that will help us a bit. So yeah, in the next episode we'll try to go for Duna for the first time and fly by it and win that thing. So yeah, that was everything, my dear friends, and as always, thank you for watching.